Hey everybody, Chris here, and I want to show you one of my favorite youth ministry activities. It centers around a verse in the New Testament from Paul's second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse number 6. I remind you to stir into flame the gift of God that you have through the imposition of my hands. The gift of God is the Holy Spirit, and there's a really cool flame-stirring visual that you can do with this. Now, there are a couple different ways to do this, but I'm going to show you the one that's most consistent and easiest to put together. It's mostly things you probably have around already. Some matches, lighter fluid, a brand new kitchen sponge, a good-sized metal lid. This one's from a pickle jar. A Lazy Susan, and a wire trash can. I'm going to start by taking the sponge, cutting it in half. I don't want the flame to be too big. Half a sponge or even a third of a sponge is going to be plenty big enough with the lighter fluid in it. Put it here inside the metal container, lighter fluid. I don't need it to be soaking, and I don't need a puddle at the bottom. It's really the vapor that's going to be used here. Our little concoction is going to go inside the trash can. Ta-da! Set it on top of the Lazy Susan, and it should spin pretty freely. I've learned that it works best when it's centered inside the trash can, and the trash can is centered on the Lazy Susan. Nothing that's off balance or going to throw things and start to slide off with the centrifugal force as it spins. Yeah, that'll do. Now for safety, of course, I've got water over here on the side, but that's not really gonna put the fire out very well. Instead, I've got another big metal container that I can use to just squash down the sponge. It smothers the flame in about a second. So this is gonna be how I put the fire out if anything goes wrong or when I'm done with the visual. Lights out. I've got a nice little fire, but watch what happens when I spin it. It makes a fire tornado. Bigger, brighter, hotter, more impressive. Now I better put it out before the smoke alarm goes off. Done. So for me in the Catholic Church, I use this lesson in confirmation classes as young people are examining and discerning what gifts God has already placed inside them and how they might be called to use them through acts of service, worship, community life. You might find other ways to connect them with the story of Pentecost in Acts 2, or other lessons about the Holy Spirit, or who knows, the sky's the limit. If you have any great ways that you use this, or if you have any tricks on how to make the visualization work better, please put them down in the comments below. We'd like this to be a collaborative space for youth ministers from all over the world and all our different traditions. Thanks.